Yay Networks.
Welcome to Logically Irrational with my parents, Ty Strickland and Melissa Rycroft. He's a little logical.
Until I start gossiping.
And she's a little irrational.
You've got nothing.
But together, they make the perfect combo.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Logically Irrational.
Hey.
Hey.
What's happening?
I'm feeling better.
You are?
And I'm sounding better.
Yeah, you do sound better for sure.
Yes, no, it lasted a good 2 weeks, I will say. I was working out, I was lifting weights, and all of a sudden my right ear popped, and I can't tell you how loud everything immediately got. I didn't realize.
Stop yelling. Stop yelling.
Yeah, I'm like, have I been yelling for the past 2 weeks? I didn't realize how clogged everything was until it like opened and had this.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Well, now Jen has the flu. My friend has the flu. And I was reading online. It came up on my Instagram, and somebody had asked, has anybody else gotten this weird virus where you can't hear, taste, or talk for 2 weeks? And I went, is this Facebook like trolling me? Or is this a real thing?
Is that COVID?
Am I like part of the medical marvels? I don't know. Anyway, happy to be back alive. Nobody else got it.
Good.
So
yeah.
That's awesome. We had your birthday this week. Mm-hmm. The big 4-3.
Yeah, we had to discuss that. What age I was, remember?
I know.
Yeah, I forget.
Well, because I think after 40, it's really all the same. Yeah.
It really doesn't matter to me one bit.
Yeah. Remember, we were celebrating my birthday with my parents, and I said, man, I'm 42. My dad goes, no, you're not. Why did I age myself? It's all the same. But did you have a good birthday?
Yeah, great.
We kept it nice and low-key for you.
Low-key, that's what I'm looking for.
Ish.
That is
we
what
did
I'm
do the
looking for.
balloons.
Yeah, they did balloons in my office, too. I mean, it's not like I'm bah humbug. It's just I don't want to waste the money or the effort.
You would have forgotten it was your birthday if the kids had not gone in to say happy birthday to you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And you're lucky that there were sports that night. We couldn't even take you out to dinner.
No, we played baseball in the rain that night, which was miserable.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, all night.
Well, happy birthday, Tom.
Thanks.
Also this week we had the Eclipse. I really want to play Bonnie Tyler, but I feel like everybody's been listening to that nonstop.
Yeah, I've heard that more this week.
I know.
Than
I actually
the
love
previous
that
10
song
years.
too.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I grew up listening
song.
to that song.
So, what are your thoughts on the Eclipse?
Well, you were making fun of me, like asking, "Are you geeking out?" And we talked about it on the podcast last week, and you didn't care about it at all.
Well, okay, so I don't care really.
Okay.
I'm not like following the. I would never travel to go see this.
And millions of people did.
Yeah. I was at the gym, and let's see, did it go at 140? Is that what it was?
140 to 142.
Yeah. And so it was like 130, and I was in the gym lifting, and I'm like, you know what? At our gym, they have like a real big, huge pool. It's like a big workout place, facility. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go down and see what everybody's talking about. So I went out by the pool, and
They gave you glasses, right?
No,
No?
they didn't. It wasn't organized. Well, there was an organized like yoga session going on. So like they were doing
Solar eclipse
yoga at the eclipse. And so you can tell, like, I wasn't going to look up at the sun, but then whenever the moon was totally covering the sun, you could look up at it, and everything went dark, and it got cool all of a sudden. And it was cool. It was really cool. I'm glad that I went outside and looked at it.
Good.
That's about all I have to say about it.
You've seen it. You know, we were talking last week about why was this once in a lifetime? It's supposed to happen again in 20 years. In our location, it's once in a life. It's not going to hit Dallas again in another, 100.
So you know what's funny about this whole eclipse thing is that the people that are really into it, they can't wait to talk to you about it. Like everybody has strong opinions, and I was doing some research.
Well, there's like eclipse chasers.
Okay, so I must run into one at the gym right after. Because they're like, oh, you didn't look up at it, did you? I was like, well, I did. Like if you had your glasses on when it was totally covered, you wouldn't be able to see anything,
You
right?
could, because the ring, the orb of the sun coming out.
Well, I looked up at it, my eyes are fine.
No, we took our glasses off when it got dark.
And so this guy was telling me that I won't see it again for 300 years,
in this
I think
spot. But
he said you can go to Barcelona next year and
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Or in a couple of years, or I want to pay attention to the guy.
Shocking.
But right, but I'm so glad I looked at it because it was super cool.
It was super cool. And my experience, it was a planned party again. My girlfriend's birthday. Why are you shaking your head before I'm even telling the story?
Well, just because you guys have an excuse for a party every day.
It's a birthday party, Ty.
It's a solar eclipse party.
It was a birthday party. It's not an excuse. And we all wore black, and she wore yellow because she was the sun, and we were the eclipse. It was really cool.
Today, Melissa has a party for the second Friday of the month party.
That's how you want to start this?
Y'all dressed up?
I don't even want to talk about it
You
now.
all wore black except for the birthday girl wore yellow.
Anyway, we're all outside, and we have the glasses, and I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. And 12:45, I think, is when they said it started. And so we put the glasses on, and you could see the sun starting, or the moon starting to
Get in front of the sun.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we'd look, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like a crescent. And anyway, her daughter is a gymnast, and she has one of those big inflatable gymnastics mats outside that we all laid on. And at 1:35, she starts blaring Total Eclipse of the Heart over the outdoor speakers. We're all laying on the mat. And
Was it just on replay?
yes.
Over and over?
And we're just sitting there singing and kind of being stupid and dorky. And then it got pitch black outside. I took a video. If y'all follow my Instagram, it was the craziest thing. I'm like, you can't see. It's like I'm taking a
like
video in the middle
yeah.
of the night with no stars, no moon. And it just got real still. Like it was a moment. We were all,
Well, did you just say no moon?
no light from the moon.
You said no stars, no moon. That's like the main thing we're looking at, right?
I said it got pitch, like when it's dark outside at nighttime, sometimes
Yeah.
there's still light from the moon shining down. So it's not pitch black outside, Ty.
Well, I know you said no stars, no moon. I'm just saying.
That's how dark it got.
Yeah, it was. It was really dark.
I don't get what you're trying to do to me right now. I'm trying to share a special moment that I had with my friends, and you're ruining it.
Sorry, my bad. Tell me more.
Anyway, the sun came back on, and that's
It
it.
came back on?
Yeah.
You turned it on, hit the power button?
It was weird, though, because it got dark, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
it was light again.
Yep, and everything moved on. It was
Yeah.
still kind of hazy, though, afterwards.
Well, then it stormed really bad that night. I was like, did the eclipse bring these storms
yeah,
on?
Crazy weather.
And come to find out, the day after the storms, really bad storms, I'm in our bathroom in the morning, and we have those, they're not solar panels, they're like big windows.
Sunlights.
Okay. On our ceiling. And I went, well, that's why there are leaves up there. That's weird, because that's our roof. And I looked out our window in our bathroom, and there's a giant tree
on our house.
that fell from our neighbor's house onto our house. And it's a massive tree.
Yeah.
Like an
yeah.
oak tree or something like that. It's
I
huge.
heard it in the middle of the night. It woke me up.
I'm surprised you didn't go see.
Well, because it was thunder. I didn't know that it was a tree.
Yeah.
I just heard a kind of a boom, and then I woke up and it was thundering. So I was like, "Oh, it must have just been thunder."
I was up, and I didn't hear when it actually happened, but it uprooted the tree. That's how big these ones are. And we live on. I mean, these trees are how old? I mean,
Old.
They're massive and old, and I feel like they're all just going to start falling now.
I don't think so.
I hope not. Like to uproot a huge tree. It was taller than our 2-story house. I mean, it's
My
a
mom
big
had 3 a couple years ago that fell in the same year.
right, and they uprooted too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's when it gets so much rain.
We're doing this. We had to play around with when we were doing this podcast because the tree removal company has been here for the past 2 days, and I know they're coming back today because it's still not done. But have you assessed our damage? Has anybody gone to look at our roof, or
No, I think we're okay.
how do you know though? You can't see the roof where it hit.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't seem overly concerned.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay then.
I mean, I don't know.
You're in insurance. I would think of all people, you're the one that's like, let's just make sure.
Well, they've got to get rid of all the stuff first.
Okay. And then I have really good news.
Oh boy.
Aerosmith tour.
Oh yeah.
They finally
This
announced.
makes your day, doesn't it? This makes me happy that you're so happy.
Well, because I was like, they're not going to do it. And there's still a chance. I mean, let's be honest, we're still 7 months away.
That's true.
There is a chance that something else
We talked
goes
about
wrong.
this last time. How old is he?
Oh gosh, I don't have.
He's like
it written
80?
down. Yeah, he's not young. He's not young, but it is a bucket list item. And here's the even better news. So If everybody remembers, I sat in the queue on Ticketmaster trying to get these tickets, and I got them for Dallas. But the original show, it was like a Wednesday night. And I was thinking, I was like, it's just not going to happen. There's no way. There's just no way we can make it a Wednesday. So we got tickets to LA as well. And then I put the Dallas tickets for on sale. LA was supposed to fall the weekend of our anniversary. We were going to go.
Do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Which would be fun. Travel to go see a concert.
Sure. Except now the concert's moved on to Saturday here in Dallas.
So we can do that.
I'm like, how perfect. And they give you the option, and I've never done this because I've never had an event reschedule dates.
Canceled.
They give you the option to just get a refund. So it's not, I always wondered how that worked. I'm like, what if they move it to a date like in LA when we were going to travel that now I can't go to, and I've got these tickets to sell. So now we can go to Dallas on Saturday. I can just get a refund for LA and not even have to worry about selling tickets.
That's great. Although you should probably see if you could sell them secondary for more money.
They were pretty good tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bet you could.
But I was very excited when I saw that announcement.
Yeah. He's 76.
He's an older 76, I'm going to be honest. He's lived a lot.
Yeah, he has. He has.
He's lived a lot. And you know, a couple of our good friends that live here are friends with him.
Oh, really?
Yes. The Powers.
No way.
Yeah. I think when were they in LA or New York?
New
Where
York.
did they live? Yeah. And they talk about, they call him Steven. I'm like, that's really kind of fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
So Steve, are we going to get dinner before the
Steve-o.
concert or something? Like, set something up.
They'll probably be there. We should go with them.
Probably have better seats than we do.
I thought you got like front row seats.
I don't have, we're on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'm not front. We may not get sweated on.
Oh, well, I'd be okay with
But
that.
I wouldn't mind getting sweated on.
You would? That's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, well that's it.
Okay.
Let's do a little pop news and reality.
Sure.
Same old, same old.
Pop news time.
Breaking news this morning.
Uh-oh.
Yes. I want to see if you can tell who this is by the voices.
Teresa and I have had a number of heart-to-heart conversations, and we've looked closely at our situation, our living situation, and so forth, and we've kind of come to the conclusion mutually that it's probably time for us to dissolve our marriage.
Get a divorce.
Yes.
Yes.
3 months after getting married.
Yes.
Yes.
You could imagine what the reaction's going to be. I'm sure you've already.
Oh, you know what? When I was
saw this
taking
on
a
the
shower
news, yeah.
this morning, I saw this.
Would you have known if you
I
had
would
done
not have any idea.
So that's Golden Bachelor couple Gary Turner and Teresa Nist.
You know what? This was on when I was in the shower, and I was like, huh, they're married. I didn't even know they were married.
They were on this past season of the first season, but this past round of The Bachelor, and he proposed to her. It aired on November 30th, and they were married in a live ceremony on January 4th. So it was a very sped up thing. And, you know, they were, and I get what they were saying. They're like, when you're our age, when you know, there's no time to, and I get that. I mean, if I'm 70, I'm like, there's not a lot of time we got left. Let's go ahead and just get married. I'm never going to get married again. But
No, I hope not.
well, not now.
This is a bad look for
It's not
The Bachelor, isn't it?
It's 3 months. So they kind of were blaming it and not blaming, excuse me, but it seems like they weren't ever living together. One's in Jersey, one's in South Carolina. And when they were
Even after they got married, they weren't living together?
and when they talked, they were like, okay, one of us will move. We'll find a place. And in this interview, they were like, well, we just kind of kept looking. And I think her family's in one place, his family's in another. And they just said they care too much about their families to basically leave. So it's best to stay apart. Now, that to me is something that really could have been figured out before you got married.
right.
Like, that's a big fundamental. I'm not leaving my family and you're not leaving yours.
So it's probably not
we're
gonna
either
work.
going to live in separate states forever or
Which, what's the point of that?
this is probably not going to work. I think something else had to happen to only make it 3 months.
I didn't try real hard.
Yeah, to only make it 3 months. And you're this high profile. You found love on a TV show. You got married on national TV. just to save face, I'd go, let's just wait a little bit longer so we don't look like these people.
I'm surprised it's not in their contract.
I think it's in they have to give the rings back. She did say there's a 2-year minimum that you have to be together to be able to keep the engagement ring. So sorry, no Neil Lane sparkler for her. I don't know. Any thoughts?
I mean, just shocking, right? Just shocking. No thoughts.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think that what happened was it was great whenever they were, taking all these trips and going on different shows and all of that. And then when it starts to die down, it was like, oh, wait, we don't want to do this.
Well, you remember, too, that while his season was airing, it might have been around the end of it, these women were coming out saying he's lying about his dating history. Right. His story was, I married my high school sweetheart. I've never been with anybody since.
And he was like living with some girl.
And a woman came forward and was like, I was living with him after his wife died. Kind of lied about his job. And things were coming out that maybe he had upsold his story. Yeah. Right.
If Ava came to us 3 months after meeting some guy and wanted to get married, I would say, absolutely not.
Yeah, but you're not in charge of her. I mean, you can disagree with her, but they're gonna do what they want. Anyway, I wonder if we'll ever find out. They were holding hands in the interview. They still love each other. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Also, O.J. Simpson, also 76.
Yeah, like Steven Tyler. That's the first thing I thought whenever I saw that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because it's everywhere right now.
Yeah,
our tree guys just got here. I hear them. It's okay. So he passed away, this was yesterday, Thursday, of cancer. Prostate cancer. Yeah. So I'm just this was in CNN. The former NFL star and broadcaster's athletic achievements and fame were eclipsed by his 95 trial in the brutal killings of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman. He, of course, was a household name at the time. He was in TV shows, movies, national ad campaigns. He was a college and professional football star. He won the Heisman Trophy one year, and he was known for assembling a, quote, dream team defense for his trial. The proceedings captivated the country, tens of millions of viewers tuning in at home and at work, and he was found not guilty. Do you remember watching that trial?
Yeah,
I feel like our generation, that's kind of the first real big thing that I remember.
I don't really remember the trial as much as I remember
the verdict.
Yeah. And then the him trying to escape in the white Bronco. I specifically remember that.
I don't feel like I remember that, but I've seen that footage so much since that I'm like, am I remembering watching it then? I was in 3rd grade, and I remember Miss Timer was my teacher.
You were in 3rd grade?
I was in 3rd grade. And I
thought I was older than that.
We left, maybe it was Miss Timer. I did have her for 3rd and 4th grade, though. But anyway, when the verdict was announced, there was only one TV in the school. Remember when they were on those big crate things that they used to have to wheel into your... And so we all went into the computer lab and we watched the verdict live. Which is weird. Would they do that now in schools? This was huge at the time.
Yeah, probably.
There's no social media. You couldn't get your news anywhere else.
Because it's much easier. They'll have TVs in every room.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do. I remember. I don't remember him playing football.
Okay.
Like I don't remember.
Was he 80s that he played football?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was at the time. They said he was the best running back ever.
Yeah. Well, in 97, there was a civil trial where he was unanimously found liable for the deaths. He was ordered to pay $33.5 million in damages. So he was found
to the families.
Yes, responsible in that.
I wonder if he ever paid that.
He has not, no. And he later served 9 years in prison. Do you remember this? Robbery in Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, of all things.
Breaking in to steal sports memorabilia, his own stuff, right?
It might have been.
I think
it was
it was his own stuff.
And they went, that's how he's going to prison? Is that? So going back to the $33 million in damages that have not been paid, the Goldman attorney has come out and said that the judgment is not over and that the family is interested in finding out what money or assets he has left behind. If there is an estate that he's left behind, they actually have first rights to his estate.
Except for...
that's the hoverboard. I mean, there's just noises everywhere.
There is something with he put all of his money in an annuity, which is protected from lawsuits, from litigation.
That sounds like a hack to the system.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about a hack to the system.
Well, no,
but-
I mean, if he has been found responsible to pay this money, he can just go, oh, well, let me set something up over here where they can't touch that money. He had to have had it set up before, right?
Possibly. I don't know. I don't know how.
Does he have $33 million in stuff? I mean, he was a star in the 80s.
Yeah,
they didn't have that kind of money.
No, but he was very famous.
He was infamous most of his life.
Well, yeah, right, that's true.
Yeah, he did very well for 10 years, and then the rest of his life, not so good.
If he had the proper estate planning, they can hide that money. They can make it to where you can't get to it.
Do you remember that book he wrote, If I Did It?
Yeah, that's a real thing? He really wrote a book.
He really wrote a book on If I Did It. Like, I wonder how much money he made off of that. Because other than that, I don't know where he was getting income from after this trial. What was he doing?
I mean, sports memorabilia. He could go sign autographs, and he could.
Nobody's getting his autograph anymore.
Well,
You know,
just telling you.
growing up, this was before the trial, and I knew who O.J. Simpson was because my dad had a picture of him in his office. They had played golf together. It was like at some random corporate golf tournament that my
No
dad,
way.
yeah. And there was a picture of like my dad and 8 guys and O.J. in the middle, and then a picture of just my dad and O.J. Simpson.
That's how you knew he was.
I haven't seen that picture since. I'm wondering if Dad.
You got rid of it.
I
You remember him in Naked Gun?
never saw Naked Gun.
No.
No. What was his name? Leslie
Nielsen?
Nielsen? Yeah, no.
OJ was in that. Dude, I'm sure he had some money. I'm sure he did.
Well, he does have a couple kids. I don't know his relationship with the children after all of this.
I know they were all there whenever he
Well,
passed.
they said surrounded by kids and grandkids.
Yeah.
They didn't really list out everybody. That would be a odd relationship to start back up after
Yeah.
trial. I don't know. Anyway, everybody has their thoughts online. Like I think it was Caitlyn Jenner who said good riddance. People are not,
Caitlyn would know him personally
they did. Well, yes.
because of the Kardashian,
So Kardashian was
his attorney.
his attorney.
Or one of his attorneys.
It was said that was what caused a huge rift between, at the time, Bruce and Chris, because Chris was really good friends with, obviously, Nicole, and I don't remember when. Oh, and her husband is
Yeah, that would be
Kardashian, who is representing OJ, and so
yeah, that would be weird.
it would not be good.
No.
Anyway, I was saying my comedian Tom Segura. I'm going all over the place. My coffee hasn't kicked in yet. And he posted a picture of OJ smiling, and now he's in his prison garb, but he's smiling, and the caption is something like, "This is how I'm always going to remember him." Big smile on his face, such a goofball. He lived his life to the utmost, and I look up to this guy every day. Have a glass of juice, and it was. I was reading it, going, "Is he serious right now? Is he
No.
actually?" And I didn't get the joke until I read the comments, and I went, "Oh, he's being a comedian,
Yeah,
and he's."
Oh yeah.
Oh, funny, ha. Anyway, that made no sense if you didn't see the caption. Okay, last story. It was a very slow week in celebrity news. And I don't really care about this. It's just an interesting, what would
Okay.
you do? I kind of brought it up to you. You know, Kimora Simmons and Richard Simmons, they have a 21-year-old daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Her name's
Yeah.
Aoki. And she was caught kissing her boyfriend on a beach in St. Bart's, who is 65 years old.
And she's how old?
21.
65 and 21.
That's a 44-year age
She
difference.
is 3 times her age.
Gross. Well, older than her parents.
That's so weird.
His name is Vittoro Asaf. He's a restaurateur. He founded, have you heard of Serafina? There's one in New York. He founded the Serafina restaurant group. She's a model, but girlfriend graduated from Harvard in 2023 when she was just 20 years old. So she's a
Wow.
smarty pants. And yeah, I heard they've already broken up. I mean,
That was just a quick.
ew. Maybe she saw pictures and was like, oh, gross.
what am I
This
doing?
does look weird.
What's weird? What's more weird, more strange?
Okay.
That or the Tish Cyrus dating her daughter's ex-boyfriend, marrying
The daughter's ex.
Yeah, which one is more?
That's both
Both
situations
pretty
are
weird.
really
Strange.
like, what do I want Ava involved in?
Yeah,
Less.
neither.
I mean, I know we talk about age differences and we, play the joke and stuff. There's absolutely nothing that a 65-year-old man has in common with a 21-year-old
No.
at all. I don't know what I would talk about with a 65-year-old man right now.
Same thing you talk about with your dad.
Oh, but you know my dad. And it's a really pervy look for him. Like,
Can you imagine just like how irritated they would get with each other? Like, I don't want to post any more TikTok videos.
I know. Well, and one of the pictures was him taking pictures of her on the beach. Ugh. Now, Kimora and Richard, there is Kimora. Yes.
Are they still together?
No, they're not. They divorced a
long time ago. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
she had a show on VH1 about her baby fat. Isn't it
What?
baby fat? Her brand.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
I have
Sorry.
no idea what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about her.
No.
Her body.
No, it's a brand. That's a brand. I think that's what it was called. I mean, it's too
Hope
early
you're
to
right.
be doing this. Anyway, they have an 18-year age gap as well. She was much younger than he was when they got
maybe that's where
married.
she got it
And so
from.
maybe, I don't know. Well, Richard Simmons has come out and said, I'm not going to kick and scream about her choices. All I can do is offer my advice and unconditional love.
Yeah, good call, Dad.
I would kick and scream.
So we talked about this the other day, and you didn't remember.
Okay.
But you filmed a pilot in LA
Yeah.
On a show that never really made.
Was it the mom one?
Yes.
Okay.
And his daughter was on the show. But we hung out with her one night. You only met her one time. But she was, because y'all filmed separately.
It must have been another daughter from another relationship.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But it was definitely his.
You know her name?
No, I don't remember. But I just remembered who her dad was because he's very wealthy and very
Yeah.
famous.
No.
We could look this up.
Yeah, you could Google it, but I don't let you have your phone when we podcast. That's a good story.
Yeah. Guess you shouldn't have brought that up, huh? Well, it's fun when you have a connection to somebody.
Oh, 100%. If I could remember. I don't remember anything ever. Like, you tell me stories, and I'm like, that.
Yeah, you don't remember anybody's name, anybody that we've met.
Does that worry you at all?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Because you're like my memory. Like you do everything.
Well, okay, yeah.
You do everything. And so if you forget, I'm in trouble.
Oops. Okay, well, like you said, it was slow. That's kind of all I have. You ready to finish with some reality?
Yeah.
Reality Roundup.
Okay. So this, I think you would find this interesting. Why are you smiling?
Oh,
at me?
no, we moved on.
The reality.
The reality, okay.
I just segued us into reality.
Okay. Let's do it.
Ty's coffee
My
hasn't
bad.
kicked in
Yeah.
either. Okay. You don't have Instagram. I don't know if they have a Facebook. The account Zillow Gone Wild. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. I follow them on Instagram. I love it. They highlight odd houses, unique houses.
It could be really cool houses or really bad houses too, right?
Not really bad houses, no, but they'll show you the outside and it'll be like this really tiny box of a house. And then you see the inside and you go, oh my gosh, it's like they built it down into the ground or
right.
something
Those
really
are
cool.
cool. Do they ever have the ones where there's like a toilet in the living room?
I'm sure they do.
You know, like those are weird too.
It's just usually the houses have a fun theme or string. It's just it's Anyway, they're coming out with a show on HGTV.
Well, that's cool.
Which
That's
is
a
a
good
great
idea.
idea,
Yeah.
right?
Surprised that hadn't been done.
And it's based obviously on this Instagram account, and it's in celebration of America's. They call it the weirdest, wildest, and wackiest homes for sale. And it's inspired, of course, I keep saying it, by Zillow Gone Wild, and it's hosted by actor and comedian Jack McBrayer from 30 Rock.
Yeah, he's funny.
I never saw 30 Rock either.
I didn't watch 30 Rock.
And it premieres on HGTV Friday, May 3rd. I think it's at 9:30 Central. And they're going to feature the characters who have embraced non-traditional homes with their distinctive decor, imaginative architecture, as well as reveal the inventive ways to market a unique property. It will explore the home's unique history, as well as the intriguing backstory of the buyers. And I guess at the end, they're going to rank these houses once they, what's the creativity, the decor. And at the very end, there's going to be one that's the wildest of all.
I really, this may sound dumb.
Okay.
I really like this type of stuff. Like when you go in to build a house, like we've never done, but when we have renovated, it's like, no, when the contractor was like, no, you can't do that. This is the way you have to go. Like there's like a traditional rule book of where things are supposed to be. And, I think that whenever we do this house again, like we need to do some crazy stuff like that, like a slide to get from the top floor to the bottom floor, or a hidden room that is a workout room or something. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Like,
Yeah, but we're not renovating a house again.
well, we're gonna have to renovate this house.
I don't want to. I don't like people being in the house. I don't like.
Well, you just don't like people in general.
No. It feels very invasive when you are living in a house and every morning. When we renovated this house, we at least had
We weren't living in it.
another half of. No, we were in the house. We were just off in another section of the
Not
house.
where they were renovating.
But I would have to set an alarm to turn our house alarm off at 7:00 every morning because they would just come in, and I don't know. I just didn't like the idea that there were people in the house.
Yeah.
I don't know what you were asking though.
No, I was just thinking we should do we should get ideas from this, and then whenever we renovate, do some cool stuff like that, some outside the box renovations.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
we shouldn't watch this show.
I would get
I
some
don't
good
want
ideas.
a slide in my living room.
Not in the living room, but I was watching one the other day. That's where I got that. Was they opened up a door? It was like for the kids, and like it went down to this mud room, like where they got their bags for school. And so like they just took a little slide down to the bottom floor.
No. There is a house that's in Broken Bow that always pops up on
Yeah,
my
I've
Facebook
seen that.
feed. It's
I've
a
seen
it's a
that.
VRBO, and it has a huge slide.
Yeah, the liability there must be crazy.
100%.
On a rental.
No. And then this is not new. We just have not watched it yet. The Gentleman on Netflix.
Oh, I want to watch that.
It
Have
has-
you heard anything about it?
I mean, I've heard it's good,
Yeah.
and it's still number 1, 2, or 3 on Netflix's thing. It has Theo James, which he was in this last season of White Lotus. He was the husband. You'll recognize him when you see him. And the premise is Edward has unexpectedly inherited an estate of 15,000 acres and the title of Duke of Steed. Haven't seen it yet, so don't know how to pronounce it. And at the reading of his last will and testament of his deceased father, he learns that the land has become part of a weed-growing empire run by Susie Glass. He must navigate a world of eclectic and dangerous characters with nefarious agendas, whilst also trying to protect his home and stay alive.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Yeah. No, I
We're,
would.
we're needing something right now too.
I think we're kind of now at the
just
point.
finished that Mauricio show.
We finished buying Beverly
Beverly
Hills.
Hills. There you go.
Yeah. That kind of ended with a
Yeah,
wah wah.
I still liked the real estate was the best part.
Yes,
In the last 2 episodes, they
I agree.
did very little real estate.
I agree. And then also coming out, the Jinx Part 2 on HBO. I was showing you. Did you watch the
I
trailer?
didn't watch
with
the trailer,
me?
but
Do you remember watching the first Jinx?
I don't think I watched it. I think
Really?
you told me about it.
Okay, well then we'll have to go back
Yeah,
and
I'll have to watch it.
watch it. So nearly a decade after the true crime sensation first aired, and 2 years after Robert Durst, you know that name, his death, there's 6 new episodes that are coming out. So convicted killer Robert Durst, he died in 2022, but the bizarre story of the multimillionaire New York real estate heir turned murderer is still unraveling. So this was on Wednesday. HBO dropped the first trailer for The Jinx Part 2. It's the juicy continuation of the 2015 documentary series, which is The Jinx, the life and deaths of Robert Durst that explosively ended with his apparent confession. It was a hot mic moment. Do you remember all of that?
Well, I just remember you telling me that.
Oh my gosh, I can't
Yeah.
believe you never saw that.
And like,
okay. Because, yeah, he's doing an interview. The interview's over. And he basically was like, well, I killed them all, of course.
He like admits to the murder, not knowing that
he
it's
still is mic'd up.
hot.
Yeah.
What a moron.
So the program combined a history of his decades of alleged misdeeds and a rare interview with him. And like I said, in the final episode, a hot mic caught him muttering, killed them all, of course, while in the bathroom. A seeming
Who was he talking to?
couldn't tell you. I don't even remember, which is why I want to go back and watch
Yeah,
the
let's do
first
it.
one again. So this new one, it's a 6-episode second part. It covers what happened to the killer from the 2015 finale to his death 7 years later. So it includes his arrest, his prison stay, conviction. His second wife, Deborah Lee, is a much discussed figure in the first one, and she comes back to talk. So anyway, I think it'll be a good watch.
Yeah. Well, except for like all of these things where it's a success, and so they go back and film more. Like, did they not give us all the information the first time around?
No, I just think it's now 7 years later. It's kind of like the Quiet on the Set. They came out with that last
Yeah, and-
episode. It was kind of the same.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think I think they got so much hype though that maybe people came out and were like, I have more I want to say.
Okay, I guess maybe that.
I was holding back maybe a little bit.
Yeah, but like if you're the producer, like you want this to be awesome. You want this documentary to be, so you're giving all of the information that you possibly can. I guess if somebody else, if there's new findings in the case or something, then I get it. But.
Okay, well then you don't have to watch it.
No, I'm just saying.
Listen, I watched the trailer and I was like, okay.
It looked good.
And I think it helps that I don't really remember
right.
watching the first one. So it's all kind of new information.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all I have for new stuff coming out. Anything you want to talk about from what we watched?
Let's see. Vanderpump is more of the same. Mm-hmm. Summer House. I love Summer House.
I do too.
Summer House
is a really
so good
season of Summer House. Yeah.
Yeah. And then The Valley is The Valley. It's funny. Really funny.
They're older.
They're just a mess.
They're older than we are, Ty.
Gosh,
We were watching it this week and I went, what if this was us and our friends? Like they are legitimately sitting around a table arguing and yelling at each other.
Last week, Kristen is going through her apology tour of everybody that she offended the previous night or previous weekend or whatever. And she goes up to the person she's trying to apologize to the most and then calls her the wrong name. And you can tell she's just hammered. She just is straight intoxicated. And Jasmine, then they just get even more mad. I'm like, what a train wreck.
It's great TV, but the fact that that's their real lives.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, okay. It literally is like you took Vanderpump Rules and said, here's where these people are going to be in 20 years, and they really are still there.
Yeah. And like there are two couples that kind of seem normal.
Yeah.
And then the other ones are all just like, it's almost like they're trying to one up each other for camera time, but it's not. It's real.
It's real. Yeah. No, it's a hot mess.
Such a mess.
I think that's kind of it.
Yeah.
I guess we are hitting a lull. We need to watch The Gentleman.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's start that. We never finished The Tourist.
Oh, I have to go back.
And I was into it.
I know.
You were not.
I need to go back and you watched how many episodes?
Like 4 of the second season.
So I need
you watched them too. You just kept falling asleep.
All right. Well,
Probably not real good for the show.
I'll give it a try. And
we'll have a review of The Gentleman next week.
Hopefully.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, well, good. We made it before they started sawing down the trees.
Literally about to start sawing.
Everybody have a fantastic week. Make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, all that stuff. Go to the Facebook page and like that. And we will see you next week, same time.
Same place.
Bye.